Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is a general or collective reading, so parts may or may not resonate. Just take what works for you and leave the rest. This is also a timely reading, so if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That might give you further clarity as to your situation now. Just double checking that you're going to be able to see this at the end. That's better. All right. So I did a quick meditation beforehand with my black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is to repel negativity. The underlying energy for the reading is the Five of Cups, and so it might come in handy. This Five of Cups energy is talking about, there's 5 cups, 3 are spilt. If you've ever heard the saying, don't cry over spilt milk, this is when, there's 3 cups here that have spilt, they're liquid, and there's no recovering it. So you have to accept it as a loss, and that this person is standing there in regret or remorse. And quite often, the cups in tarot do represent love, and it can be romantic love for sure, but it also can be love of anyone or anything as well. It could be love of something you love to be or something you love to do. And something has happened here to spill the cups and to create a loss. Now, in matters of romantic love, this quite often can represent a third-party energy. We have 2 cups here with wine, and then we have a 3rd cup with a separate liquid, and it was poisonous to this relationship. So this person is standing here over the cups. And now this could be your partner who was stepping out. It could be you stepping out. It could be the third-party energy, or it could be you being in regret and remorse for ever having had a relationship with this person in the first place. Now, this energy, there's really nothing that can be done here. It's in the ground, it's spilt. You just have to accept the loss. The best thing you can do is turn around, notice the 2 cups standing, pick them up, go down the path, cross the bridge over troubled water, and go to your castle to recover. Now, the castle is also half empty, half standing and half dilapidated, and that can represent that you're going to need to have a good attitude to be able to get through this and get back on your feet and appreciate these 2 cups to their full extent. Now we have the underlying energy from the oracle, and my oracle is Tales from the Vector. This is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. This is an ink drawing I did. I was in Peru and I was in ceremony with the shamans, and this was one of my visions. It was about all the kind of the holiday season and how we don't really, this is like a tactic disruption. We don't usually think of the holidays as disruption, but really like in my vision, it was showing how a lot of them have, the true meaning behind the holiday has kind of been lost, and it's become very commercial. And how we can get, especially like during the Christmas season, the holiday season going into the new year and all that, it's like about 2.5 months of decorating, and undecorating for the next part, and then decorating again, and going out. And it can be a lot of fun, but at the same time, it can really take you off your goals. And it's kind of a tactic that's used on people to overspend as well. Like a lot of people, when the bills start coming in from overspending at Christmas, etc., it can be really depressing. And so it can have a major disruptive force on your life. And then, of course, there's the really negative, not fun disruptions in our life that can cause us to go off track as well. So what's fun for some is not fun for everyone, and definitely not. And especially if there has been like a third-party energy dividing a couple, I'm sure that you know, the person that is in the couple and the person they're having the affair with are probably having more fun than you are, more than likely. And we have the Page of Cups energy, and this is talking about, a lot of times this will talk about, you know, communication or information coming in regarding your love life. And it could be like an offer for someone wants to make an offer to take you out on a date or get to know you better. The Page of Cups is, he understands there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he's totally focused on this one. Quite often this kind of energy can represent online dating. It could represent phone call, text message, maybe someone sends you flowers or an invitation in the mail. There could be an email coming. You might connect with someone on social media on one of the many platforms, and then maybe go to an event and meet someone there. So it's talking about all the different ways that we can run into someone or, you know, communicate with someone and end up in a romantic relationship. Now, the thing about the Page of Cups energy is they would work for the king and the queen when they were very young, around 7 to 14, depending on how mature they were. And you might think, well, that's really young, but you have to consider that back then the life expectancy was half of what it is now. This may have a significant, give you a significant idea of who this energy is talking about. It could be someone like from when you were in someone or something that has happened when you were in elementary school, in high school, or just starting university or college, maybe getting into the workforce. It could be someone that you knew from back then, or it could be just when you were in that age, or it can talk about being starting something new and you're kind of in that energy. So it doesn't necessarily about age, but it's about that feeling, you know, of romantic love and having that passion and, you know, being head over heels, that type of energy. And, you know, this does usually represent romantic love, but it could be, you know, a partnership in a business or something you're starting. You know, it could be many things that, you know, something that you love to do or something you love to be as well. But in this case, with this energy here and the disruption, sometimes this card represents that there's something fishy going on in your love life, and that something stinks. Like if you leave a fish out of water too long, it's going to start to smell. So it could be saying there was something in your relationship that really stunk. And we have the Hanged Man here. Excuse me. That's one way of clearing energy. So this is talking about the hangman hangs from the tree of... Lordy. Sneezing is a way of clearing energy, but I hope I'm done now. So the hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge, and he's hanging there because he doesn't know what kind of action to take. So he's thinking about, I mean, this could be your energy. You might have been hanging around, hanging in there in this relationship, kind of feeling like maybe something wasn't right. And then, you know, you found out maybe that your partner was hanging out with other people, hanging around other, or even, this is looking at things from all different angles, and the hangman hangs there until they take action. So sometimes this can represent, you know, like wanting to see the big picture before actually taking action on a situation. And it also can talk about stuck energy, like being stuck in a relationship or feeling stuck in a relationship. You know, and it's almost like this energy sometimes can represent like the sacrificial lamb, you know, being sacrificed and for the partner to go off with someone else. They don't, like, you're not required anymore, that type of energy. And they may have felt that there was many more opportunities out there for them. This card can represent that. It's interesting because we have this energy here. It's very similar, the dark figure. But this is actually representing a lot of opportunity, and it can represent an energy of being spoiled for choice, like someone feeling like they had a lot of choices in love, and we're doing you a favor maybe by being in your life. Or if this is your energy, it could talk about you having had lots of opportunities in love, and chosen someone to be in your life that maybe was not the best choice. This is a lot of, and then this could also just represent opportunities coming in for you now, that maybe you're unstuck out of this energy now, that like this is basically talking about walking away from each other, or ending a relationship. So this could be now there's a lot of suitors, maybe there's a lot of people that say, hey, I see you as very valuable, and I would like to offer you a cup of love. So maybe you're dating, maybe you're online dating after after this has happened, and you're single again. Now, this though can often represent also opportunities in your career, or doing something that you love to do, or something you love to be. And you notice all this smoke. It's kind of like smoke and mirrors energy. You're like a black hole sucking in all these opportunities, but you're the one who has to, like a black hole, you're the center of your universe, and you have to put the spin on them. This also could represent someone who was stepping out feeling like they did have a lot of opportunities. And so each of these cups is kind of like a plus or a minus. We have beauty here. And someone could be very beautiful or very handsome and attractive, and then feel that they have all these opportunities, and they don't work on their inner beauty, just on their outer beauty. We have someone hidden under this shroud. Now, is it a beautiful surprise, or is it something ugly? We have a snake, and this could be like a cowardly snake, yellow-bellied coward sneaking through the grass, or it could be representing an opportunity to shed your skin. To shed yourself of anything that no longer is working for you. And the castle, sometimes a castle can be, it's a beautiful place to live, but castles are also on the sides of cliffs quite often, and they can be very isolating. And then we have the flowers, which are very beautiful, but are you going to open your petals up, or are you going to stay closed to, love of the sunshine, having love in your life again? And then we have the laurel wreath, which is representative of having won a battle or a competition. A laurel wreath is victory. And it's also laid on coffins. And then we have the dragon energy, which could be, you could be afraid of dragons and think they're very scary, or you could look at them in the Eastern way, where they are considered good luck. So we do have the strength card here as well. And so this is talking about 100% infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. And it's talking about this young woman is digging very deep into this lion's mouth. And she is, this lion is being very submissive. He's a male lion, but he has his tail tucked under, and he's allowing her to do this. This represents her fears, and quite often fears that she's had from her childhood. And she's absolutely determined to face her fears about love so that she can love again. I feel that's your energy. You don't want to give up on love because of this energy happening. And it's also talking about, quite often this can be about healing your inner child. It could be something left over from your childhood that causes you to maybe make bad choices when it comes to love, and you choose partners that are like this. And it has something to do with the way that you value yourself. We have the Knight of Pentacles coming in with some information, communication, just like the Page of Cups in any of the many ways possible these days. But the Knight of Pentacles would be bringing in some information regarding health, wealth, and happiness in the third dimension. This is the element of earth, and it's represented by a coin because, of course, you need money to be happy in planet Earth. But you could have all the money in the world, and still, if you don't have that love and you don't have that, doing something that you love to do and be, you're not going to enjoy the lifestyle that you would, best like to have. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, out of the 4 knights, he is the slowest of them all. Like, it can take forever for him to show up. He's at a standstill right now. He could have a board meeting with himself just to brush his teeth. It's so frustrating sometimes waiting for information to come in from the Knight of Pentacles. But the good news is when he does come through and he shows up, the information is usually a solid offer, and he's done his research and that. So it's saying, especially if after breaking up and you're dividing assets and all of that type of energy, to make sure that you pay attention to what's happening with your pentacle energy. And it's also saying maybe some new information coming in, that this is going to lead to all of this disruption in your life is eventually going to be very beneficial for you. And then we have, yes, because here we have it. This cycle is now ending of feeling in this energy. Perhaps you're getting divorced or something like that. And maybe you weren't married, and this was, you don't need to get divorced. But this is talking about the world energy. And this is card 21 in the major arcana. So the Fool starts off at the 0 point and goes through his whole journey. And when this card shows up, regardless of how long or short the journey has been, it's saying, okay, this cycle is over. You've learned everything that you can learn from this situation. You've done the work that you need to do. It's now time to move forward and enjoy a new cycle. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is so interesting because I kind of like dread when she shows up right lately, because I've been asking this question. Like, the Queen of Pentacles is known for being very resourceful. She's known and highly respected for being able to do, make something out of nothing. She prefers quality over quantity. She comes from old money, so she does understand the value of money, has been taught that from a young age. And generational wealth is a legacy that's passed down from one generation to the next. But I've been asking the question when she shows up, why does the Queen of Pentacles have to be so resourceful? I mean, it's good that she can be resourceful, but if she comes from generational wealth, she shouldn't have to be. And maybe that's this information. And I feel this is the Queen of Pentacles energy. If you keep having disruption after disruption after disruption in your life, it slows down your ability to earn to have a strong career. If you have a lot of other problems that you're always having to take care of, or, distractions that you have to, engage in. And quite often, like, when we have families, it can be that way. So I've been asking, why does she have to be so resourceful? Can we please find out in this reading where the money went? What happened to her lifestyle? And boom, we have the cutthroat energy coming in. Dang it. This energy keeps wanting to come in. That's why when I saw her, I was like, okay, it's going to be another one of these. But that's okay, because a lot of people in my collective are talking about how they had inheritances that they didn't get, or someone stole something from them, or they had a business going and then it was disrupted, whatever. So I'm asking for the collective, if this resonates with some of you, well, we're going to see if we can find some answers. Now, this is definitely cutthroat energy, and it's sitting on all these choices, and kind of almost like you being like an afterthought or a sacrifice, like, oh, that's just so-and-so, it's that kind of energy. And this can be talking about, when we were talking about having the strength to look at your childhood, you may have always felt kind of that way, like the odd person out, and kind of maybe not fit in with your family in some ways. It's talking about outer conflict, but I feel like this is coming from a young age with this energy that we were shown here. And kind of, we have, if this is your energy here, having to fight off two people, and they are willing to risk everything to take whatever is yours from you. And that includes love, by the way, it looks like. And so this is talking about, cutthroat energy, willing to risk it all. But you, and maybe in the past, you have not really stood up for yourself. You haven't fought back like you and now you're like, hell no. I'm standing up for myself now, and I am not tolerating this bullshit. Like, if you want to take what's mine, then maybe you found some information out here. And if you think you're going to take from me what's mine after I've put all this work into this, you're wrong. And I will stand up for myself. So this is representing this very high risk, cutthroat energy coming towards you. And this can also represent your energy and the inner conflict that causes. This can represent 3 different versions of you. And the swords in tarot are about the element of air. And so they represent your thoughts. And your thoughts are expressed through words, whether that be written or that be verbal. And the swords are talking about your mental intelligence and your discipline of your mind. And so this could be 3 different versions of your mind, basically. We have the subconscious mind that's formed by the time we're about 6 or 7. And that would be like this energy here where, we can't remember very much from until kindergarten age. A lot of people don't remember anything. And yet, when, you think about a baby and how much they learn just in the first year alone, and, a baby is like a sponge. Babies absorb their environment, and the environment is the people who are in charge of your care. It provides the environment that you live in. And so that includes your culture, what religion you are in, if you are in one, what kind of lifestyle do they live? Do they work with their hands? Are they rich? Are they poor? Are they, educated? All of that energy. And even what you eat and all of that is heavily imprinted on you by the time you're 5, 6, 7. It's that's what your subconscious mind is made up of. Yet we can't remember very much of that, so we have to rely on what others who are in charge of our care tell us what we were like and who they thought we were. And then this energy, we have the unconscious mind as well. And in your unconscious mind is your spiritual needs, basically. Your unconscious mind, a lot of times people will agree, yes, I'm a human being and I have a soul. But from the soul's perspective, you are a soul traveling in a human body as your vehicle. And this is how you navigate around. And if your needs aren't being met in the unconscious mind starts arguing with the subconscious and the conscious mind. What about me? What about my needs? And the conscious mind, you have a handle on. This is what you can say, hey, I just kicked these 2 clowns' butts, and I've got some more energy left over. Any other takers? Because you're not taking from me what's mine. I'm standing up for myself now. And so this is, I feel like, the energy that we're in here in this reading. And then look at this. This is interesting because we have 2 pages now, one on top of the other. And this page is coming in with some early information about the pentacle energy. Now, remember how I said the pages, when they grew up, they might even be considered for knighthood. Once they were 21, if they could afford a horse. So this energy is a person that you've known since kindergarten age, probably, and now they're grown up. And so there's someone that this information is coming in about, someone that you've known for that length of time, or when you were that age, something happened. It's that type of energy. Now, if he started at the age of 7, and he's 35 now, I mean, do the math. It's 3.5 decades basically. So this is someone that's giving you an idea of this pentacle energy is coming in about someone, from someone, or about you, or something that happened in that last 35 years here. And it was going on when you were young. So this is information. And I don't know, as soon as I put these 2 down, I got cousins, like extended family that way. I don't know why. There's no reason other than I thought, well, yeah, like there's 2 pages. These are people that you knew since you were really young. It could be it could be siblings, but what I picked up right away was cousins. And then we have this energy here of the 6 of Swords. And the 6 of Swords is of rough waters. Like, so, this information that comes in could be very challenging for you to deal with. And because it's cutthroat energy, and I feel like it involves people in your family. There's some sort of cutthroat energy here. There's some sort of battle going on here. And, like here you are hanging upside down here. So what's going on? We have here it's talking about wanting to heal maybe the subconscious mind. We saw this energy here. Because you're overthinking and you want to go off, move out of this rough water. Rough water in tarot represents volatile emotions and maybe mixed emotions. Mixed emotions are the most challenging to deal with. It's kind of like, I can give you an example just from my own life. When I have 2 daughters, and when I gave birth to them, I gave birth to them at a particular hospital. And those are like the happiest moments of my life. Yet, later on in life, both my parents passed away in that hospital. And it wasn't under ideal conditions at all. And it was really traumatic, actually. And I was like, sort of like, after that, if I drove by that hospital, I didn't know whether to be happy or sad, and it was like sometimes the happy emotions win and sometimes the sad emotions win, and sometimes it feels like bittersweet, like both. And so it colors that energy. And so that's, mixed emotions are when you care about, like it's happy and sad all mixed up into one. And so that can describe a lot of people's childhood, I feel. And so this is this adult and child with the 2 minds here. It can be talking about wanting to go off to calmer waters. And the conveyor represents someone that takes you across, gets you out of the rough water into God's arms, basically, so that you can heal and through prayer and meditation and just heal this inner child energy so that you can move forward in a strong way. Now he has to dig very deep with this long pole to push out his way into the mud and out of the rough water. And then we have actions. So the 8 of Wands represents passionate action. And then this could be saying that after going and taking the time to heal and, being in this energy, after this information comes in, you're ready to take action now. And that's what this represents. It's saying that the action has already been launched, and these actions are about to land. Now, sometimes it can also talk about the actions of others and you pushing it back and it having a boomerang effect for them. And it can also talk about conception of a project or something like, something big that you're working on, or even of a baby. So, there's a lot of energy around this here. We'll keep going and just see where this ends up. We have, okay, so this is a reward. This is this pentacle reward coming in. So I feel that you standing up for yourself and then taking the time to heal and maybe you took some sort of legal action. And that's why now this reward of pentacles is coming in. Or you launched an investigation or something regarding something that happened in your childhood. This is a reward for the divine, and this is for following your North Star and staying on your path of glory. So this is saying that even despite everything you went through, you've done your best to stay on the straight and narrow, do the right thing, be the best version you can be of yourself, and honor God's will, basically, being on a good, clean path as much as possible. And then we have that's when a new cup of love comes in. We have the knight in shining armor coming in. He's the one we read about in all the romance novels. Look at that. We have 2 pages, and we have the knight. Now, isn't this interesting? Because now we have this page of cups. Also someone that you've known since you were a child. So we have these 2 knights are people that you've known since you were in like kindergarten age, and possibly for the last 35 years or even longer if you're older than that. But that's what it's talking about. Interesting, hey? And remember, I said that I felt like these were cousins. Now, hopefully you're not kissing cousins. So maybe this isn't a cousin. Maybe it's a friend of a cousin or something like that, coming in to bring you a cup of love. Maybe they were friends of your cousin, something like that. Or this could be this energy, this information coming in about the pentacles, and this bringing you a cup of love that's not really romantic love, but something you love to do or something you love to be. Because look at, we have the pentacle energy coming in. But I do have a feeling, because of this energy here, that if you're being rewarded and moving forward, that this could be a cup of love coming in. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? How that energy is working out. So this goes like this. I think it was something like this. There we go. Yeah. So because it's like, this is talking about, okay, whatever energy here, it's shifting for sure. But we're keeping in mind that we have 2 people that you've known from your childhood involved in this situation for sure. And let's see what else happens. A tower hits. Wow. Interesting. Could they, I'm wondering if it wasn't a friend of theirs that you had the stinky relationship with. That could be. And maybe it was all about this pentacle energy. Because look at that, hey? It's sitting right here on this energy. Was there a child conceived? Like, this is really different energy. So let's maybe your partner, see that these don't have to be males. This energy can be female in their masculine energy. Maybe this is a female cousin of yours that your stinky partner was having a relationship with. Wow. And maybe it's the sister of this person here. That's a lot of energy I'm getting. So take it for however. It's a tale coming through from Tattle Tales. But the dragons have a way of spinning a tale, and they get like into the nitty gritty here. Definitely, I feel like this could be a female. And your this relationship could have been with someone that's in your inner circle anyway. And the pentacle energy, I mean, it's going back to this time frame. Like, these people, it feels like these people grew up together and you grew up, you know. So, and I right away thought maybe this is a brother and sister and they're cousins of yours, that type of energy. And they put a plan in place. I don't know. It's whatever. We're going to keep going. I'm getting a whole bunch of, like, something to cause a disruption, right? Because the tower definitely is that. The tower hits after the universe has been telling you, hey, you might want to take a look at that. There's something going on here. And you don't really notice, or you don't want to, or you're too busy or whatever. And then the universe gets louder. You get the frying pan treatment, whack over the head. And it's like, pay attention. There's something going on here you need to be really clear about. And you still don't really do anything. So then the 2x4 comes out. And when that doesn't work well, then the lightning has to hit your the tower of your castle. It's in flames. 2 people are falling out. This is the Tower is like Murphy's Law. It's never at a good time, right? It's always awkward. It's always uncomfortable. And this is something that maybe you could have avoided had you nipped it in the bud. But a lot of times the Tower just happens because it's a reality check, and it has to be loud enough and big enough and have enough impact that you pay attention and you do something about it. And generally, if you're on the right side of spiritual law and physical law, you know, when the Tower hits, even like maybe a year later, you might be looking back and saying, wow, that was really hard, but am I ever glad I had that reality check? I needed it. It could have been way worse if I had allowed things to continue. And the person who is falling out, that like there's two people here, and one is like shocked and the other one is like, oh, I knew I should have done something about this sooner. So this can be talking about, you know, if someone's on the wrong side of the law, well, they've been caught and they're going to have to deal with the consequences of their actions. You're going to have to also. But the reality check for you is going to be a blessing if you're on the right side of the law. And if you're on the wrong side of the law, it could be very complicated. It's a big kabang. It's a big implosion. And you look at the anatomy here, you know, that could even have involved a baby being created here. I was picking up this conception here. So then we have the Ten of Cups energy coming in after that. So this is saying that the calm after the storm, the rainbow after the storm. And so this is saying that when this explodes and ends, maybe then a new cup of love comes in for you. That is someone that actually would be someone that would treat you well, and you would have like that, like this is ultimate fulfillment in a perfectly imperfect world. You know, it's having like the partner you love and they love you, and the children you love and they love you, and the neighborhood and the career and the clients and all of that energy. It's all very lovely. And we have the Queen of Cups coming in here then. So this can be talking about, meeting someone and getting married. The Queen of Cups is someone who it would be most likely to be in a traditional marriage. And it also can talk about, she would be more like trad wife, wanting to stay home with the children and be like someone that, creates a home, and that's her number one priority. She has her cup is like a trophy, and she has a lid on it saying that, she's not going to stray. She's got unconditional love for her partner, for her family, and someone that's really reliable and wants to be in a relationship like this with that promise. And sometimes this also can represent your maternal bloodline. So that could be saying if these are cousins or siblings, whatever, it's coming from the mother's side of the family. That's why I think I'm picking up siblings, because it's more about the maternal bloodline. So sometimes this can be about DNA. The mitochondria in the cell it's like the battery of our cells is passed down from the mother, and it's both the son and a daughter are affected by it, but only the daughter carries it. So when they're doing, you see all those DNA ancestry shows and that, and people that go and have their DNA tested and then find out, oh, I'm not Italian after all, that kind of energy. They can trace the mother's bloodline that way. So sometimes it can be talking about that. This could be like your maternal bloodline that we're talking about for information-wise as to who these people from your life were, on which side of the family they're from. And then we have, definitely new lover coming in here with this energy. So now I don't know that... this could be representing that you're getting married in that, and it also could represent your maternal bloodline. Maybe you always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and that's what this is talking about. So this is talking about the sun is shining on this. This is ordained by God. This is a divine couple. Now, this cloud in between is saying this would be someone that you have not had a relationship with before, and it might be someone that is not your usual type. And quite often when God sends someone in, it's not. And God says that's because your usual type sucks for you. I can do better for you. I can choose better for you. And so this is talking about someone you don't, you might know of them, but you have not been in a relationship before. This isn't a return relationship or whatever. But this may be someone that wants to start a family with you. And that's the, the energy here being shown here, that after all of this happens, especially like it would be really challenging. I mean, if you're in this energy and then you find out that your partner's having a baby with someone and that's what you always wanted, it would be very challenging to get through that. And and look I just said it. I was thinking, where is that card? Because this is talking about that exact thing. Isn't that interesting? Because this is talking about, we have 3 cups here. And these 3 cups can represent a couple and a third-party energy. And this 4th cup is about the most beautiful gift of all, a baby. But it's not between the couple, it's between the third-party energy. And so this is that conception of that energy. That's the Tower. Like, it's hard enough finding out that someone was cheating on you, but to find out that they're now having a baby with someone else, and that's what you always wanted, and you don't have it, it would be very challenging. And so this can also, if it's not for you personally about that, this could represent giving anyone, like a romantic partner or a friend, a family member, a business partner, whatever, 3 chances, and they're asking for a 4th chance, and you're saying, no way, 3 strikes, you're out, which is fair enough because people tend to show us who they are the first time around. So believe them, or if you're going to believe in anything, believe in that. And like, like you can believe in Santa and the Easter Bunny and, all of that energy. You can believe that marriage lasts forever. That's what this energy is saying. It's saying, like, if you're going to believe in anything, believe that people show you who they are the first time you are around. And this also can be talking about you having had more than one relationship like this, and the universe is saying, no, this one is going to be different. This is going to be what you really want here. So, it's a pretty clear reading in many ways. Thank goodness for the black tourmaline to dispel negative energy, right? So we have like this energy from when you're young. And it's kind of like family knew what was going on. I don't know, there's some sort of weird energy here. But this is what you've always wanted. And after you've been through this, this is saying you will end up getting what you want. But you have to be brave enough to heal, and heal that inner child energy that is causing you, like that outer conflict causes a lot of inner conflict. And I do feel that definitely there was some energy here, about this pentacle, like people knowing that this was supposed to be coming to you and them wanting it instead of you. And maybe that's what the information came in, and that's when the tower blew. They couldn't keep it a secret from you anymore, or whatever that happens, because this cutthroat energy is right here and about the disappointment in love. So I'm going to clarify with my oracle. If you're leaving the reading here, thank you for your time and energy and your likes and comments, shares, subscribes. I really do appreciate them. It's really helping me to build my channel. Now I'm going to clarify with the oracle cards. The numbers on these cards represents the paintings as they're listed in my gallery on my website, and my website is talesfromthevector.com. I will put the information in the box below, and the order that they appear in the reading I will put in the description box below. So if you want to take a look at the paintings, it might give you further clarity. Now, the Libra energy, this is talking about being mature enough to be in a relationship. I feel maybe this could be talking about you not being mature, your partner not being mature enough, and that's why a lot of times this kind of energy happens. People don't realize until, especially, getting married and making that commitment is one thing. But then on top of that, to decide to to have a family can be like, it's a way bigger commitment than people realize, and you don't really realize until you're in it. Holy smokes, that was a big commitment. And so maybe you and your partner just weren't mature enough to be able to deal with it at the time. We have the hangman energy on the hangman. Look at that, right? So I feel like this is saying you were hanging around with the wrong crowd, basically. You were, the people that you were hanging out with when you were younger, and it could have been to do with this energy, with the maternal side of your bloodline, your cousins, etc. They weren't hanging around with you because they really liked you. You might have thought they did, but they were aware of something, I feel, that you weren't aware of, possibly. This is talking about, double hanging around, right? Two of them. Interesting. And then we have the Lovers, which is talking about, it's sitting right on all this choice here. So someone had a lot of choice and they explored their options, and so now they're ended up in this relationship with this child. And this is God's judgment on the whole situation, that because you've done the inner work and you've done a lot of inner work and faced your shadow side so that you can heal and have true love in your life rather than this fake love. And then we have the Sun. This is God again, shining the truth on this energy right here. So this is talking about the truth is coming out, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. This is, when this card shows up, it's the happiest energy in the entire deck, and it also shines light on an entire situation. And I do feel that you were, God's judgment has come through on this, this energy, and it's something that has been happening since you were a child. And then we have energy of the transition happening. So this is a major cycle ending. And like, we do have the World card here. And I feel that this reward coming in is going to change your lifestyle significantly. There won't be any more of this energy of the Queen of Pentacles having to be resourceful anymore. Doesn't mean you don't have, you could still be resourceful, but you don't have to be. And then we have the energy, abuse of power. So definitely the Tower hit, because the truth, the truth starts to come out on the spiritual realm, and then justice comes in through the physical. So someone was definitely abusing their power here and causing difficulties, disruption in God's plan for you. And you're a child of God, so God's saying, my plan for you was for you to have this happiness and to be on your destined path, and to have this reward of money so that you could be on your destined path and be doing what you came here to do for me, not what you came to do here for them. And the Pisces energy. So definitely this is talking about the Pisces energy. It's interesting because Neptune was in Pisces for 14 years, and it just moved out of Pisces into the sign of Aries about 2.5, 3 months ago now. And that energy is like, Pisces is about your idealism, how you approach life, how you approach relationships with people, and like with partners in business and all of that. And everybody got quite comfortable being in Pisces for the last 14 years. That's where we are, and Neptune rules the Pisces energy. So it was comfortable, and it was more forgiving and more idealistic. But in Aries, think of a newborn baby crying its head off because nobody can please it and nobody understands, what does it want? Why is the baby crying? Like that energy. And a lot of us are feeling that now. Neptune is going to be in the sign of Aries now for the next 14 years. So we're all going to have to tweak the way we approach life and look at our systems and maybe change things around a little bit. And there's a lot of like, that energy is changing the world quite a bit in quite a significant way. And then we also have dissension. So this is another karmic space. And so look at this with friends like this, who needs enemies. So you've been swimming with sharks when you were young. So I was picking up this energy of friends, friends of friends. And I don't know, I'm picking up quite a lot of energy. It's just like, I don't know, it's almost like your life was like a movie, I don't, it's a very, there's a lot of energy behind this. Like to have both of the pentacle and the love energy come up from people that you've known since your childhood, affecting that energy. That that doesn't happen very often in a reading when God is handing you the reward of the pentacle and the knight in shining armor and a divine partner is coming in. So the very things that they were trying to take from you, the love in your life and the pentacles, the lifestyle and the money, is exactly what God's returning back to you. Isn't that kind of a weird reading in some ways? And then we have use your intuition, your insight. When you look at this, you might see more of it. I just want to also say that when I have signs coming in from the horoscope, I'm not talking about individual people. So you, in your own scenario, there could have been a Pisces energy and a Libra energy, and I believe you. But just know that's not my intention to name individuals. I'm talking about the energy of each of the signs. In a collective reading, I feel it makes more sense because it can tell us when there's certain planets moving around, they can have a profound effect on us, the push and pull of them on the earth. And then, so this is saying use your insight. When it comes to this information, take what works for you, leave the rest. And we have Aquarius energy. I was wondering if this was going to come up because it's coming up in this reading again. So this Aquarius energy, for one thing, we do have a full moon coming in Aquarius on the 29th, and it is the 23rd as I do this reading. Mercury has come out of retrograde now today. And so this energy communication is going to start being stronger and less glitches in the system. My photo album from almost 3,000 pictures and videos from way back all somehow ended up in my deleted. And I'm having to go through 2,000 photos now to rescue the one. Like it's my entire, every picture I've taken since, I don't know, back whenever. And I don't know when that happened, but I sure as hell didn't do it. Or if I did it, I didn't do it knowingly. That's the kind of Mercury in retrograde energy. So, but it's okay because I've been meaning to go through those pictures and get rid of the duplicates and stuff. But man, it's, I already worked on it for 3 hours today, and I have a limited time before they're deleted from every device forever, from the cloud and everywhere. So if I wouldn't have noticed them, I would have lost every photo I've ever taken since way back when. I'm talking probably 15 years ago. So that's that Mercury in retrograde energy. But this is talking about the truth coming in. And this is Uranus moved into about 2 months ago, almost 2 months ago now, into the sign of Gemini. And that is about the truth coming out. And we have not had Uranus in Gemini since 1941 to 1949 when World War II was happening. So 75 years ago. So there could be, and look how weird the truths are coming out. If you watch any podcasters and that, and even the regular everyday news, it's coming out very, whoa, people are getting caught doing the weirdest things and in the weirdest ways. The truth is, Uranus wants the truth to come out when it's in Gemini, and we are going to have Uranus in Gemini until 2033. So for the next 7.5 to 8 years for this reading, and it's coming up in almost every reading, saying Uranus is a pain in the butt for anyone who doesn't want the truth to come out, because it's coming out. And we got, another 7.5 to 8 years of it. A truth a day keeps the devil at bay. That's a good way to end this reading. I enjoyed this reading. It was very, like a lot is happening in this reading I haven't seen in other readings. It's a little bit different. I hope you've enjoyed it as well and enjoyed the tale. I will be back with another reading for you, a daily reading for you again tomorrow. Bye for now.